Man, I don't know about you, but I really don't like getting sick. I don't like getting sick. And I don't often get very sick, right? Out here on the road especially. I'm fairly healthy for my age especially. I've always stayed in pretty good shape. I don't abuse my body. I don't smoke. Don't hardly drink. Eat right. I've talked about my keto diet before. So my immune system is good and I usually stay in pretty good shape. But every once in a while you still get sick, right? And if you looked at my community post last week, that I was sick all week and didn't have a video to put out, and I put up a playlist. And if you'd like to, go check out that playlist. Go to my channel, community tab, and check it out. Anyway, I was sick, and I'll tell you about that, but I want to talk about what it's like to get sick out here on the road. It got me thinking, all these different areas of trucking. What's it like for the driver when they get sick? How about the OTR guy that's out weeks at a time and he finds himself getting sick out on the road? What do you do? How do you handle that? Or LTL guys that are home every day or mostly every day as far as line haul goes. How do I handle that? But I'll tell you what happened to me last Tuesday. I was coming back in from Stanton, back to Dallas, and I started feeling cruddy, you know? You get that crud in the top part of your chest and in your throat, and you start coughing a little bit. And when that happens to me, I usually I say, well, this has happened before. It might be allergies. I'll get home and start taking the Mucinex, right? It's supposed to be good at getting the mucus out of your lungs and stuff. And I said, I'll take that for a couple days and I'll be fine. Well, I got home, started on the Mucinex, woke up Wednesday morning and couldn't get out of bed. I had a low-grade fever, still with the cough and the crud, but mostly it was the fatigue. I couldn't even get out of bed. So I called in, told him, he didn't even recognize me on the phone. My voice was all messed up. Later, when I got up, I finally could get up. I made my way to the urgent care place that we go to, and I told her, this feels a lot like when I had COVID in June. So I thought, again, I had COVID again. So went down there, got tested for all the usual suspects, flu A, B, COVID, RSV, negative for everything. She said, it's probably just some generic virus. I mean, there's hundreds and thousands of viruses out there, and we try to figure out what's the ones that are going to be most popular, and we'll test for those. We'll develop a test for those and a vaccine, which I don't take, for those. But you could get a virus of any kind and get pretty much the same symptoms. So she said, you'll be okay, plenty of fluids, try to eat the best you can, and plenty of rest, and you should be able to go back on Friday to work. This was Wednesday. Friday morning, I got up. I was feeling some better, pretty much better, but I didn't feel safe enough to go drive 600 miles after being exhausted for 3 days. And so I called in once again on Friday, and then on Saturday, I did make it into work on Saturday. Now, I'm not still 100% over it, but I feel a lot better. And it felt like I had COVID, so I'm not sure if I had a false negative on my test or if it just was something else that's going to act the same way. Anyway, I remember being OTR, and I don't remember being sick very much at all. I remember one time where we got done delivering, I think in Muskogee, Oklahoma, and we went to park, and I had a horrible headache and maybe a fever, and I told my wife, I'm gonna lay down. I slept for like 12 hours. The next day I was way better, not perfect, but good to go. That's the only time I actually remember of being over the road and getting sick at all. Never had to go to the hospital or, where I had the flu real bad or pneumonia or something. Not at least while I was on OTR. In LTL, I've rarely called in. I've called in for things like tore my ACL. Of course, you're going to call in for that. Gallbladder surgery that I had to have. I don't remember calling in just because I'm sick, right? Because I got the flu. I don't really do that much. I mean, I got to be pretty sick before I go in. My question is, though, how do you handle it? How do you know how bad you are to where you're not good to safely drive on the road? Do you push through anyway? And we have to consider, are we safe to drive? Are we good to go? Are we, because it's not just us that's got to push through. We affect all these other people out on the road. How do you handle it? Do you call in all the time and get those points? Or do you never call in? Do you never get sick? Do you push through the best you can? Let me know down in the comments what you think about getting sick on the road as a truck driver. Stick around. Watch some more of my videos that I'll put up here. Maybe I'll put that playlist up here. And I appreciate you sticking around. I appreciate you if you've subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate that. It helps out a lot. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. It really helps me out that you watch my videos. We'll see you later.